We have Ali in Yakima, Washington.
Oh.
And that is line 3.
Ali in
Yakima? Ali.
Allie, yeah.
Allie.
Oh, so it's the fault of the call screener, maybe? Oh, I need to blame people.
No,
back
you
there.
read A-L-I, and you thought it was Muhammad Ali, sort of Ali, and,
Is it
and now
spelled-
you're
is it
blushing.
spelled
and you have
correctly?
It's short for Allison. I just
Right.
always
Okay.
go by Allie.
Hey, Ali. How you
Hi,
doing?
guys. I have a question. Do either of you have a background in theology at all?
Nope.
Well, in as much as having read some, but studied it on an academic level, no, can't say I have.
Okay. Were you guys raised in a religious household?
I was, he wasn't.
I was raised culturally Jewish, but my parents were basically both atheists. Basically.
Okay. Well, I'm a pagan, and so I can really relate to how you guys do the atheist thing. Okay, I get that. And I'm a closet pagan to my family because they are so embedded in the church, in their way of life. And I'm wondering, as atheists, do you guys hide in the closet?
Well, we're on TV.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
So that's...
No, I mean, families and whatnot. Do you just pop out and say, hey, I'm an atheist? Or?
Well, this is more of a me question, because since you have an atheist family...
I have some things to add. But
Right. But
yeah,
I was...
go on.
Religion has become, in my family, the thing that we sort of agree not to talk about. It's,
yes.
it's not... it's a little awkward. We have lately been broaching it a bit. If it comes up, we'll actually have an exchange for a few minutes. But the fact that we have to do that has only really added to my resentment in many ways of the Christian faith, because one of the things that it's done, my mother takes the whole thing very, very seriously, right down to the doctrine of hell. And so anytime the whole religion thing gets brought up, she becomes all upset and traumatized by the thought that her precious baby boy might spend eternity burning in hell. And I mean, it genuinely upsets her. And so what Christianity has done in this instance is that it has filled her mind with this completely unnecessary fear and anxiety that does nothing but cause her emotional distress that she doesn't need, right?
Right.
And so I have just a bit of added contempt for Christianity just for that little detail. But it's me sort of being considerate of them in a sense, because they're family, so I give them a consideration that I don't necessarily give people who call this show or email us. But I think it's also because I'm aware that simply having been in... They're Episcopal, they're not really fundamentalists in that regard. I mean, they don't reject, for example, Darwinism, but they have very conservative attitudes about gays, for example. So they have some ideas of theirs have been informed by the church, but they're not what you think of when you think of like the Pat Robertson type of funding. Right. But having said that, they are still, I think, even though they're in their 70s, they're just not equipped or haven't had the experience of defending their beliefs to someone who is, a hard skeptic and unbeliever who is willing to ask tough questions and sort of hold their, feet to the fire on it. So, and being that it's my mom and dad, we get along great. We have a wonderful familial bond, and I see no reason to let religion come in and sort of foul that up. So,
right. I understand that because I still go to church with my family to put in FaceTime.
Right.
So I can be with them.
Yeah.
And today I went to church with a friend of mine to have some FaceTime with her.
Okay.
And the pastor actually made a wisecrack about paganism, fasting for 700 days or so.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't be surprised that they're up there selling their product, and so they kind of have to slag the competition.
Yeah, and
it's like any
so
other business.
I, of course, am lucky that I don't have to come out to any members of my family. I mean, I always say, I'm a fourth generation atheist. My son is in the studio. He's fifth generation, at least so far.
He's going to show up in Krishna robes and a big top knot one day. And
I happen to personally know that at least 3 people who are in the studio here today became atheists and then hid it from their parents for a while. And in every single case, their parents discovered before they were ready to reveal it. and there was uncomfortable confrontation. And I personally know that I participated in one of those uncomfortable confrontations because one of them is my girlfriend. And parents are naturally suspicious of the guy who's dating their daughter. And so I also got to be the atheist who's dating their daughter after they found out she was an atheist. So I'm no stranger to the uncomfortableness, but I will say that
girls just like bad boys, man. That's just all there is to it.
Once you rip that scab off, though, I bet that all three people would agree with me that it was really a miserable experience to go through for a couple of months, and then it kind of settled down and just became sort of something normal. And either you get together with your family and argue about it occasionally, or there's just an unspoken agreement not to talk about it.
You're such a
but I think you feel more comfortable with it afterwards.
Because you're so threatening, Russell. I mean, just look at you.
I'm terrifying. Look at me.
Well, so I didn't mean to shut the whole conversation down.
Anyway.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm watching you over the internet, so I can hear exactly what you're saying. And a friend of mine is sitting here watching it with me.
Okie dokie. Well, hello, friend.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care. Good luck with your family and friends and the rest of it. And, so.
All right. Thank you.
So long.
Okay, bye. Oh, well, I mean, the screener said that the question was, what is your opinion on paganism?
And maybe she decided to ask something else instead.
Yeah, all right.
So, sometimes that
but
can change.
that's all right. I mean, the answer is, if there are supernatural beliefs involved, we don't agree. But as we think with Christians, as long as the beliefs aren't harming anybody, then live and let live, and we'll argue about it if you want.
And we're open to evidence.
Yeah. So that's the nutshell answer to that.
All righty.